Hello and welcome to another edition of Fast Facts. Today we're going to be talking about The Hunger Games, so here we go. The Hunger Games is based on the book series by Suzanne Collins and is directed by Gary Ross. The Hunger Games is the first film that wasn't released by a Big Six studio to gross over $400 million in the US. Gary Ross explained that the financial pressure was one of the greatest challenges for producing the film with a budget of only $80 million. The inspiration for The Hunger Games came from author Suzanne Collins channel surfing between reality television shows and the footage from the war in Iraq. Jennifer Lawrence was only paid $500,000 for the first film of the series. It took her 3 days to accept the offer. Lawrence actually dropped out as the lead role in the film Savages to take on The Hunger Games. While on set, but not actually competing in The Hunger Games, Lawrence once kicked Josh Hutcherson in the head and knocked him out. Woody Harrelson, who plays Haymitch, is a vegetarian in real life, so whenever they're eating, he is always eating desserts or vegetables. Liam Hemsworth and Jennifer Lawrence are both natural blondes and dyed their hair brown for the film. Josh Hutcherson, who is naturally dark-haired, dyed his hair blonde. Lenny Kravitz was offered the role of Cinna after Gary Ross saw his performance in Precious. Donald Sutherland accidentally stumbled upon the script and wrote a letter to producers pleading his case to be cast as President Snow. Due to spacing limitations, there were only actually 20 pedestals at the start of the games instead of 24. Jennifer Lawrence and Josh Hutcherson were both born in Kentucky, which is part of coal country, very similar to the setting of District 12. Effie Trinket is not referred to by name throughout the entire film. The name Katniss is a reference to a group of edible plants called Sagittaria, commonly known as Arrowhead. Isabel Furman, who played Clove, originally auditioned for the role of Katniss. The four notes that make up the Mockingjay song are the opening notes of Love Theme from the 1968 Romeo and Juliet. On set, they had a swear jar that Jennifer Lawrence was responsible for over half of the contents of. The cornucopia was inspired by the architectural work of Frank O'Gary. The cannons never actually fire after Rue and Marvel's deaths. Foxface is seen in training, demonstrating her advanced knowledge of plants. However, in the games, she ends up dying after consuming the Nightlock berries. Some fan theories suggest that her only strategy was to fly under the radar, which landed her in the final four. When she realized she had little chance to defeat either Katniss or Cato, she actually committed suicide as a form of a more peaceful death. Another fan theory suggests that the Hunger Games demonstrates an alternate history where Great Britain wins the Revolutionary War and the 13 US colonies from the time are represented as districts, and the games were created as punishment for the revolution. Thanks for watching this edition of Fast Facts. Be sure to stay tuned for more information than you ever wanted to know about the Hunger Games films. Also, do not miss out on any Super Carlin Brothers action. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram.